The ground shakes as a massive explosion tears through a Houthi weapons depot. Smoke rises thousands of feet into the air, but the aircraft responsible is nowhere to be seen. Miles away, an American pilot guides the $30 million MQ-9 Reaper drone from a control room, operating 40,000 feet above Yemen. This campaign represents America's most intensive drone operation since Afghanistan. Over 200 precision airstrikes have hammered Yemen since March 15th, with White House authorization for continuous strikes. Beyond the tactical success lies a deeper question about technological superiority confronting determined insurgents, and what this means for regional powers watching from the shadows. The Invisible Air Campaign, 200 undetected attacks. Imagine this, 200 airstrikes in enemy territory without anyone seeing the planes coming. How has the United States managed to pull off this extraordinary military feat? Since March 15th, 2024, we've witnessed the unfolding of an unprecedented air campaign, with direct authorization from the White House to strike at will across Yemen. What's truly shocking is the complete absence of manned aircraft in Yemeni airspace. The Houthi rebels, accustomed to detecting conventional fighter jets through radar and observation, now face an adversary they literally cannot see or hear. When an F-15 or F-16 flies overhead, the sound alone provides warning. These strikes, however, come from ghostly weapons platforms that remain completely invisible to those on the ground. Like phantom predators circling unseen in the night sky, they deliver destruction without warning. The psychological impact is devastating. Imagine knowing you could be targeted at any moment without any way to prepare or defend yourself. What we're seeing represents a radical shift in American military strategy. Previously, U.S. forces focused primarily on striking launch sites in direct response to Houthi attacks on shipping. Now, this campaign has expanded dramatically, targeting cities and high-ranking personnel in what military analysts describe as a significant escalation. The approach has transformed from reactive to proactive, from defensive to offensive, a fundamental change in how America projects power in the region. This veil of operational secrecy surrounding these strikes serves multiple strategic purposes. Despite confirming the campaign, the U.S. military's Central Command has maintained absolute silence regarding specific targets. Like a master chess player concealing their next move, this pattern of secrecy preserves the element of surprise, prevents Houthi forces from adapting their defenses, and creates a persistent state of uncertainty among rebel leadership. Military experts believe this level of information control also minimizes potential diplomatic complications with regional powers who might publicly object to such operations while privately supporting them. By maintaining strategic ambiguity, the U.S. creates space for allies to maintain plausible deniability about their support for these actions. The precision of these attacks demonstrates a level of control previously unseen in large-scale air campaigns. Rather than carpet bombing, we're seeing pinpoint elimination of specific targets, often with minimal collateral damage. This surgical precision echoes the evolution from World War II's massive bombing campaigns to today's microscopic targeting, a transformation from sledgehammer to scalpel. Meanwhile, the Houthis find themselves in a desperate situation, frantically trying to locate these invisible assailants. Their conventional air defense systems, designed to target traditional aircraft, prove nearly useless against this threat. Houthi military spokesman Brigadier General Yahya Sari has claimed they've successfully shot down 4 U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drones within just 2 weeks, using what he described as a locally manufactured missile. The rebels do possess surface-to-air capabilities, including the Iranian-made 358 missile system. However, most military analysts remain skeptical about these claims, suggesting they likely represent propaganda efforts to boost morale among increasingly demoralized fighters. So, how has the United States launched this invisible air campaign? The answer combines stealth technology, extreme altitude capabilities, and operations without nearby bases. While traditional air campaigns require forward operating bases, creating detectable patterns, this campaign utilizes assets that operate from bases thousands of miles away, remain airborne for extended periods, and strike from altitudes beyond most air defense systems. At over 40,000 feet, higher than commercial airliners typically fly, these platforms remain completely invisible both visually and through conventional radar systems. Unlike manned aircraft, these unmanned systems maintain a persistent presence over target areas for day-long periods, constantly collecting intelligence and striking at precisely calculated moments. This persistence creates a psychological weapon, perhaps more powerful than the physical strikes themselves. The knowledge that you are being watched continuously with no way to know when an attack might come. The invisible predator, anatomy of the MQ-9 Reaper. This constant surveillance from above comes from a machine that costs $30 million per unit. This astronomical. So, how has the United States launched this invisible campaign? The answer: stealth technology, extreme altitude capabilities, and nearby bases. While traditional air campaigns required operating bases, creating this campaign utilizes bases thousands of miles away, remain airborne for extended periods, and strike from altitudes beyond most air defense systems. At over 40,000 feet, higher than commercial, these platforms remain completely invisible both and through conventional radar systems. Unlike manned aircraft, systems maintain a persistent presence over target areas for day-long periods, constantly collecting intelligence and precisely calculated moments. This persistence creates a psychological weapon, perhaps more powerful than the physical. The knowledge that you are being watched continuously with no way to know when an attack might come. The invisible predator, a reaper. This constant surveillance from above comes from a machine that costs $1 per unit. This astronomical investment reflects the logical sophistication of the MQ-9 Reaper. Fundamentally transformed modern warfare is waged. We're talking a complete combat platform specifically designed to eliminate targets with surgical precision. What makes the Reaper so valuable? This technological predator represents a leap in military capabilities. While conventional drones need from bases close to the conflict, the Reaper can be thousands of miles away. Capability gives the United States unprecedented global reach, instantly to emerging threats without the need for bases or territories. The genius lies in its unique combination of attributes. Flying in feet, it positions itself in virtually invulnerable airspace where the air is so thin that conventional anti-aircraft systems are ineffective. It monitors vast areas while remaining in its targets, like a silent guardian watching undetected. The Reaper transcends with its integrated arsenal. Each unit is equipped with AH-114 Hellfire missiles, laser-guided projectiles capable of penetrating reinforced bunkers. Complement carries precision-guided bombs designed to neutralize everything, moving vehicles to fortified infrastructure. This destructive power enables minimize collateral damage while maximizing effect against the designated target. The system's most outstanding feature is its endurance. More than 30 fueling. This autonomy redefines the rules of tactical play, enabling sustained operation impossible for any human pilot. Its targets day and night, patiently to strike. Its ultra-modern sensors function as an artificial nervous system. Using infrared cameras and synthetic aperture radars, it can detect minute disturbances in the terrain, movements of vehicles camouflaged under dense foliage. This information is processed instantly, allowing an operator thousands of miles away to make immediate tactical adjustments. The geopolitical game. Yemen is a battleground against Iran. Behind every missile launched against the Houthis lies a strategy that transcends Yemen's borders. What appears to be a simple anti-terrorist operation is actually a show of force directed at another country entirely. When Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth declared, "We've shown a capability to go far, to go deep, and to go big," he wasn't speaking to Yemeni rebels. He was sending a coded message directly to the leaders of Iran. The extensive American military campaign unfolding in Yemen's skies reveals a chess match of global proportions. The United States is investing billions of dollars and its most advanced military technology against insurgents in one of the world's poorest countries because Yemen serves as a proxy battleground in a larger geopolitical contest. On this chessboard, Yemen is merely a pawn, and the real king in check sits thousands of miles away in Tehran. Between November 2023 and January 2024, the Red Sea witnessed an unprecedented maritime crisis. The Houthis launched a systematic campaign targeting international shipping, striking over 100 merchant vessels with missiles and drones. This calculated strategy had devastating consequences. 2 vessels sunk, 4 sailors killed, and multiple attacks attempted against American warships. The crisis strikes at a strategic choke point where approximately 12% of global trade passes through the Red Sea. By targeting this waterway, the Houthis executed a strategy with global implications, demonstrating how regional tensions can quickly escalate into international crises. The timing and targets chosen reveal a sophisticated understanding of global pressure points, knowledge that suggests external guidance. The evidence of Iran's involvement is clear. The missile systems used by the Houthis are variants of Iranian designs, confirming the direct connection to Tehran's military-industrial complex. This technological transfer represents a strategic alliance that transforms Yemen into a proxy battleground where Iran can project power without direct confrontation, similar to how the Soviet Union and United States engaged through proxies during the Cold War. This reality explains America's seemingly disproportionate military response. The campaign sends a message to Iran's leadership about American resolve and capabilities. Defense Secretary Hegseth made this connection explicit. What we're doing with the Houthis and what we're doing in the region, we've shown a capability to go far, to go deep, and to go big. We don't want to do that, but if we have to, we will, to prevent a nuclear bomb in Iran's hands. This statement reveals the true strategic objective: indirect pressure on Iran's nuclear ambitions through overwhelming technological demonstrations. Yemen has become a testing ground where both Iranian and American military technology technologies are evaluated in real-world combat conditions. The Houthis deploy Iranian-designed systems, while the U.S. demonstrates precision strike capabilities. This technological battlefield allows both sides to gather intelligence about their adversaries' strengths and weaknesses. This proxy conflict exemplifies how modern geopolitical tensions play out, not through direct confrontation between major powers, but through regional conflicts where larger interests intersect. For the United States, Yemen offers an opportunity to degrade Iran's proxy network while demonstrating resolution to regional allies without risking a larger conflict. For Iran, supporting the Houthis provides leverage against Western interests while maintaining plausible deniability. The implications extend far beyond Yemen's borders. Every successful U.S. strike against Houthi targets sends a dual message, one to the rebels themselves and another to Iranian leadership. This campaign demonstrates America's ability to project power with precision against hardened targets, even in challenging environments. Conclusion. As the dust settles across Yemen's shattered landscape, we're witnessing a calculated display of American power. This geopolitical chess move sends ripples through diplomatic channels worldwide. The campaign functions as both warning and demonstration, showing the capacity to project overwhelming force without risking American lives. While Reaper drones continue their silent vigil, the real conflict unfolds in strategic command centers where military analysts calculate each move's impact. As Defense Secretary Hegseth emphasized, America demonstrates its ability to go far, to go deep, and to go big, a message intended for Houthi rebels and power brokers across the entire Middle East.